So now that I've gone ahead and adjusted my liquidity for my decentralized exchange, I also have to make some adjustments now to my allocation. So as you note over here, we have 3% of our supply for our decentralized exchange liquidity. So I'm going to change this now from 10% to 3%. You can see how I've moved this right here. And now I have treasury that I can make up this remaining 8%, or sorry, 7%, which you can see right here. So I'm going to move this up to 28%. And now I've gone ahead and made all that here all lined out. Now, if you look at over here, I still have my staking allocation, which we're going to talk about right now. I also have this staking calculator for you. So it is also a really important consideration to have ways to lock up tokens and reasons to lock up tokens. Staking is one way to do that. So I go over here to my staking calculator. We might note that I have here percent supply for staking is 10%, and my release time in my months is 36. Over here, we have 24 months here. So I have to change this now to be 24 months, which you can see I do right here. And now, really important, you'll also note this percent supply staked. Now, keep in mind, this is the supply that's staked of the total supply. And if you look at our vesting schedule, and if not all the tokens are out in the very beginning, right, it takes years, 4 years before all 100% of supply is out, right? There's not going to be a whole lot of tokens that could be staked in the beginning. So actually, we could offer some pretty good yields, especially to our early stakers, for initially locking up some tokens, right? And now maybe we look at this and say, well, you know, if 20% of our supply roughly is out in the very beginning, right? This is around 20%. And let's say half of those people stake, or 10% of our supply is actually being staked, then we'll have yields kind of closer to this, right? And 50%, that's quite high, right? And as time goes on, more people will stake, and then the yields will start to go down, right? That's what will happen. So as that happens, then we'll probably want to make these more reasonable, especially in the very beginning, so we don't have too much selling pressure. So I've changed this now to be 36 months. And now you can see it's starting to look a little bit better from a sustainability standpoint. I am pretty comfortable with these numbers. Again, this is something you kind of carefully consider. And also, again, look at the value of the staking allocation to make sure you're not releasing maybe too much tokens that could be dumped, right? Really important stuff. So I also have to now change this now, because it said 0 and 24 to 0 and 36, which I do right here. And now I've gone ahead and actually have all the staking calculations figured out. I have my 10% of my supply. I have no cliff. I'm going to start the staking right away. And after 3 years or 36 months, all tokens will be out, and then the staking will be over. So this, again, is a way you can look at all of your allocations, your staking, and utilities, and see how everything ties in. Main point, though, is you want to make sure you have ways or reasons for people to lock up tokens, especially important in the very beginning. In the next video, we'll talk about what we're going to cover in a more advanced template, and then I'll speak to that, and especially if you're more of a basic person going through this and you're looking for more basic information, this might be where you kind of drop off. The advanced, though, we're going to cover liquidity. I'm going to talk about selling pressure. We're going to cover tokenomics in a lot more granularity and details. So if you're really interested in learning that information, stay tuned, but I'll see you in the next video.